playing Resident Evil a little bit here and there. He's making more progress than I think I have already on my playthrough. So definitely go check out this guy. Chris E. Tender is awesome. Go spread love, you know. It's great. I love all your faces though, seriously. I really appreciate you all coming in. Zero, thanks again for the sub. The bibbies. Now, thanks for just coming in. Allie, being amazing. French. You understand, hang out, which is awesome. See this for some reason, weird reason. Au revoir. I know what that. I don't know why it says that's weird. Well, go spread the love, everybody, because I'm getting off. The donk.
Like, did I take care of?
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh my God! What is going on, Spicy Panda boy? Thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? I saw you earlier. I was so busy. My name is Crispy Tender, and I like to be scared all the time. And we're playing. I've played this once or twice. Yeah, no worries, BB. Love you, Panda, so much. And yeah, I mean it's been a good time. I like to play a lot of horror games. We're slowly moving into like the single player.
Oh, hey, do you want to play green screen? What do you want to do?
Like,
up to you, bud.
Stuff, so
do what you want.
I'm
eating dinner still.
And, yeah,
I made like a Moe's bowl.
You said you were a couple, so I figured you were ready. So I was like, oh, I gotta go.
I mean, I'm ready, but I was gonna let you keep playing.
You're all good. Yeah, you're all good.
What just happened?
You're all good. I didn't want to, you know, I was good after that one death because I'm gonna have to reset and get everything stocked back up again to fight Darklink, and I need to fight him in order to pick up those blocks. Otherwise, I can't finish the game.
Hey,
so,
how you doing? Yeah, I just like to have like a good time.
I get that.
Vibes, except for when I'm freaking out and panicking.
So we're just doing podcast tonight, and then, or
we can play some games if you want to.
Trying to find the.
I didn't really mean to make you do it either. I know you were just kidding, but I saw that and I was like, oh, I don't want to make you feel like you have to do anything.
It's all good. Okay, I'll remember that from now on. Hope you're having a good night.
I don't know, buddy. You know, if you just wanted to chill Monday, I get it.
Trust me, it's all fine.
Today either.
So far,
I don't mind doing it. It's we need to do it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm just gonna put this in. And so then I'll make the executive decision.
Yeah, no, you did, and I was like, okay, that it has been confirmed. I was like, we doing it.
It is done.
Doing it. There you go. You are now on screen. Yeah, what's up, Sensori? How you doing, bud? Oh, so I took 2 chicken cutlets, a cup of rice.
Ooh.
And I put some garlic, about half a teaspoon of garlic powder in the rice.
This immediately. Oh God.
Then I put mesquite barbecue seasoning on the chicken cutlets. Rubbed it in a little bit, of course. You know, you gotta rub in that chicken like. And then
as you do.
Fried them on each side for 3 to 4 minutes. Cut them up. Waited for the rice to get done for like 5 hours. Frickin' rice. Anyway, the rice got done. I put in a tablespoon of butter for the rice, just so that way it was still gave it a little bit more taste.
Nice.
And then put it all in a bowl, and then added Monty Jack to the top.
Oh, good. You love Monty Jack. I'm not a huge Monty Jack guy, but
I'm more of a Colby Jack guy, but Monty Jack's still good.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I knew it was one of them. Colby. There we go. Is it Colby Calais? That's how I have to remember it. Pickles, the cheese.
It was good. It's just, I was like, man, I'm gonna do that. Oh, by the way, so just to tell you, are you looking at stream?
Yes.
Okay, so let me show you my speculation hat real quick. I gotta grab it. I took off my headphones so I can't hear you.
Yeah, I see that now. The delay.
So this is my speculation hat, just in case we can't have good times.
I'm just sad that
I was doing a Glimmage video. I was doing a Glim cap. I was going over the Glim cap for week 2, and I was like, all right, guys, now put on your speculation caps so that way we don't get too excited. I thought it was funny.
It's hilarious, but it just hurts.
Oh, it's definitely like not okay, but I was like,
no, it's okay. No, it's completely okay. It's just like, It cuts deep.
Oh,
It's
it
a deep
does.
cut.
It cuts so deep. I was like, oh man, that was great. Yo, what's up? How you doing, Natty Fresh? How you doing, Natalie? It's your new nickname, okay? Natty Fresh. I hope that's okay. Eating around a microphone sucks.
I like how I actually, like, for some reason, I don't even know what I did there, but okay.
How are you doing, Nat? How's the semester going for you? Did you like that picture I put in our group chat with Sando?
Thondo?
With Thondo?
With Thondo?
Baby. I saw that and I was like, gold. Pure gold.
Everyone, like, is hyping up Lady Dimitrescu. And
Yeah.
I'm all about Daniela. I am hard I will be hard pressed to like Lady Dimitrescu over Daniela.
Dude, I just look forward to
That
watching
being
my
said,
friends
though,
play
Daniela's
that
gonna turn
game.
into a weird monster before Lady Dimitrescu does, because she's probably gonna be like second to last boss before Wesker, because I think they're gonna bring Wesker back.
I just have a feeling my friends are gonna make me feel like I have to play the game. And make me cry.
I'm gonna tell you way too much about it, the lore and stuff, and you'll be like, that does sound really interesting, and then you'll play one of them, and you'll be like, nope, I'm done. Or you have to play,
I played the
me.
7th one. I watched the 7th one the whole way through and almost punched a wall a couple times.
7
I
is
was
hard.
freaking.
Yeah. 7's hard, yeah. 7's scary. 7's probably the scariest, honestly.
Oh, dude,
4's
it was
pretty bad.
It was bad. Like we were sitting there.
Be bad if it actually got a true remake.
So
if it
this
got a
was
true remake, it's fine. But...
This was at Sensoru's second apartment in Blacksburg. We were sitting there,
sure.
and we're watching this, and we had the pizza guy come.
Okay.
And so, since the pizza guy came, we just hear, and literally as they knock on the door, it was like super spooky, super high strung tension.
Yeah, of course.
So the person closest to the door screams. That's my roommate from college. His now wife screamed, thus causing Z to scream. Thus causing Sansoru, who's leaning on my leg, to tense up, which then causes me to scream. And then we open the door and the dude's like, y'all okay? And we're like, oh yeah, we're just watching Resident Evil 7. He goes, oh yeah, dude, that one's scary. I played it in VR and my name is Ethan. So like, it was rough.
Yeah, no, that's really bad. Like, I had a rough time in VR. Like, I had a real rough time in VR. I had to take off the headset a few times just because I was like, nah, I'm good right now. I'm just gonna chill and not deal with those things. See that moment where she grabs you and turns you around? Not okay. I was not emotionally
Dude,
ready.
I was
that.
not okay with most of it. I was like,
well, you know what I'm talking about, right? When you get like when you start getting the serum put together and whatnot.
Yeah.
You go to the greenhouse. Yeah. Right before that.
I hated the greenhouse. The greenhouse was the worst.
It's just gross. It's not that scary.
Too real for me?
Gross.
It was way too real for me.
Nah, I was like, this is just gross. And mostly because of her like weird beehive.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. What where all the things come out of her.
Yeah, like I used a pretty family, okay word sort of.
Oh, I was just avoiding any words.
That's fair. But you knew what I was getting.
Oh yeah, no. I literally remember looking and like saying, did that just come out of her?
Yep. Right out of the snatch.
I was like, oh my god!
Right now, right?
This is the worst thing ever. I hated it. I hated it so much.
I don't know what I got more annoyed with though. Her generalness, Lucas, or the absolute like annoyance that is like the father, because he comes back again.
He just doesn't die.
He comes back again.
We killed you with a chainsaw. Say dead.
Lucas doesn't even make sense because technically Lucas isn't even infected, like completely infected.
Yeah.
Neither Zoe. So it's like weird that he's just like a crap human being essentially. So it's like it's weird. The whole situation.
Oh, he is because he was like, oh yeah, I'm just experimenting on my family. What?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, it was bad.
The thing is, people think that Lady Dimitrescu, which is everyone's like fangirling over and like groveling at her 9 foot tall looking body. They're speculating that that's Wesker's sister. There's a
Oh,
lot. There's a lot of stuff. There's so many layers because of like a certain line she says in one of the trailers, like my brother kept you busy or whatever. My brother's games kept you like busy or whatever.
oh my.
You survived his games or something. I don't know, something along those lines. And I haven't watched the trailers. I watched the demo since we can't play the demo. We're not getting the demo that everyone else is playing right now, unless you have a PlayStation 5. So I'm like,
I don't.
I'll just watch this one. So I want to get one just for the VR for Resident Evil, and then a few other things. But God of War mainly.
Oh, God of Boy 2 is gonna be great.
God of Boy. Can't wait. I'm so
Wait,
excited
can
for
I-
like a better.
I don't
like,
think this.
overall-
I don't think that this voice is gonna be perfect for it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's God of Boy.
It's not terrible.
It's
It's not too bad. Not
Could
too
have been
bad.
worse. Oh, look, there's our
Just a
conversation
reverse
about the freaking Star Wars meme I sent you.
Mm.
Oh man.
It was a very long
An
conversation.
hour and like 500 messages later.
I had some very hot takes about Jar Jar. Not really hot takes, but mixed takes.
It's a lot. And it's one of those things of like, I get it. Like I don't disagree to, well, we finished our conversation on it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no, I don't know if we want to have that conversation.
I don't think it's, I don't think we're okay with, I'm not, I don't want to have it. No.
I'm fine with whatever. I'm down with the cloud for anything. You know that.
I'm going to resend a.
Hi, Mel.
Thing
Love your
here.
face. Good to see you.
Oh, I
again.
adore Mel's face. It's glorious. Oh, okay. That's the only one I'm going to send. So that's just a relink to something earlier in our chat. Because it's
Oh, gosh.
part of what we're
Stop that.
talking about tonight, which I think I just totally covered your face because of it. Oh.
Probably
Oh, excuse me.
I need to like put you over here.
Your
so at least
face
when I'm
is
looking-
gone. They can see our DMs. Oh no.
Oh.
I'm scrolling too fast. Oh, wait. I'm scrolling too fast for you guys to be able to read them.
You might think that.
No, they could pause and read it. Oh, no. They're caught up now. Yeah, Resident Evil was too real for me. I hated Resident Evil. I'm just not a fan. Like I don't enjoy it. That's a thing. I will also say that for what we're going to be talking about tonight in the podcast, I do have a little bit more knowledge than Panda because I know that he hasn't like watched as much as I have.
I don't like trailers because they
Yeah.
spoil things.
Well, and I was looking at character like trailer
Yeah, I hate that
analyses,
even more. I'll hate that even more.
but
Well, I just want to meet.
Well,
the
it was
characters.
like-
I wanna-
it's
I wanna
like-
experience everything.
it was like
for-
understanding what the hunter does. I honestly wish Destiny kind of did it when D1 came out.
That's fair.
Because like
I'm just,
seeing
I
like
just like to open
seeing like a
blind
thing
and-
about being like, this is how you could play, this is some abilities of the Titan.
Yeah,
like-
no, that's cool. It's just, I don't.
No,
I'm
I mean I get
super
you don't
lucky.
like it, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's
I-
not bad.
I appreciate that style of stuff.
Yeah,
Also,
Love
guys,
it.
if you guys haven't gotten a chance after this stream, make sure you guys go watch the Glim Clap. I keep saying
Glim
that.
Clap.
God dang it. Glim Cap Week 2. It's a wonderful thing. I enjoyed it. It kind of goes over if you missed the meeting from last week. So Panda only has to get the questions and answers. Because if I do the Glim Cap, then you never actually have to get the team meeting.
yeah. You just be here for the live if you want to be here for that.
Yep. If you want my live reactions, you can just be here for it. But we're only gonna put the Q&A in the video for tomorrow.
That makes my life much easier. Thank you. Appreciate you. I was wondering what you were doing. I was like, is he gonna do that before me? And I'm like, either way, it's fine.
I mean,
I understand. I mean, in a way
I
you
wish
did.
I was that good,
I mean, in a way you did though.
but
So-
I took in a way I did. I did half of it for you.
Yeah.
So
Not 2/3.
yeah,
So I appreciate it.
took half an hour of footage that you can now just
Because
throw
I'm
away.
always like, oh, I have a week, and then I'm like, oh, it's Monday.
Yeah,
Every
that's why
time.
that's why I said something like Friday, and I was like, He'll do what he does. I believe in him.
I appreciate it. That's exactly. I'm gonna do that immediately after we're done. That's why I was like, when you said you want to play games, I'm like, I'm down to play like one match of zombies.
We don't have to play
we
anything.
haven't got to play yet.
That's fine. We
You
have
have, like,
later in the
one?
week. We have later in the week.
It's not going anywhere. Yeah. If anything, it'll be more stable later in the week.
Exactly.
I know how to bend it to my will, but that's about
I feel like I'm supposed to be streaming with somebody. Oh, I know what I'm streaming tomorrow. Okay. I am streaming with somebody tomorrow. I'm streaming with you tomorrow. For the Glimish team meeting.
True. And
I was
don't
like,
have Bloodborne, so that's free now.
I was
I'm
like,
gonna probably just finish up Ocarina of Time, and then I'll be
yeah.
in.
I was like, I got something going on tomorrow, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Also, the camera's still not there, but you do you.
Well, yeah, your camera's not there.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not. I was just reminding you.
Yeah, no, I already turned it off. I already turned the capture off. So.
I was saying you can turn it back on. I didn't realize that my thing was gone. I didn't realize my camera just shut off for some reason. That's my bad. That's why that happened. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was like, your camera's gone.
No, it canceled. No, it just turned it off. I didn't even click on it. Like, that's the thing. I didn't even do anything.
Well.
That's why I was like, why is the DMs there? Like, I thought it was just because you were sending one.
No.
Yeah.
It gives me a nice spot where I can send and not do it, and because I have enough space. I can't go look at any other Discord while we're doing this, though, because otherwise it pops it up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, having us living in the same place, in the same area.
Yeah, the tree does have me super hyped.
Living in the same area is going to be wonderful. Just because we'll be able to, like, actually meet and, like, set up cameras across the table and be fine.
Yeah, we can have multiple camera angles, too. It'll be crazy. Cut to camera 2.
Which one's camera 2? Looks the wrong way.
That's the thing. We just always switch which camera 2 is. It's never like the one that you want it to be.
And so, like, on the back, we could do an charity incentive, and it just puts number 2 on the back of my head. Because it's like I always miss it. Just always looking at number 2. We are. I'm actually looking at buying 2 Elgato Wave 3s.
Nice, that'd be awesome.
So I'm gonna get my Best Buy credit card down some.
I really want to get a Shure SMB or whatever the heck it's called, but that's super expensive. I just really need a microphone. I might actually finally do the scummy thing. Well, not scummy. I've been yelled at for calling it that, but put it up a goal for it because I'm like, I don't care if people want
to. If people want to support you that way, then let them.
And I need a microphone, so because this one's on its way out and I sound terrible.
I'd
rather sound better and have better quality. Because imagine if I had a mic in my face and I didn't scream all the time. That'd be crazy.
It would be crazy.
If I did scream,
I don't know.
It would actually be equal volume.
I don't even know how that would be.
Have an actual mix amp too.
Oh my god, you're getting crazy here, bud.
Oh, I know. I know. I don't even want to look at how much it's gonna cost because when I put that down, I'm gonna cry.
Is there an estimated Kill Panda meet update? The future.
Tataru,
in the future.
You don't want me to throw people out of the bus? Okay, I won't.
I don't want to give people false hope.
Oh, okay. That's not what I was gonna do. I was gonna do the opposite. I was gonna bury it.
Never!
Not never, but
it could be
anytime in the near time future.
It's definitely not in the next month.
Yeah, there we go. That's that.
If you guys have any questions for the podcast, please go to Gilded in our podcast questions. We have Palentine's episode 4. I just put it in there so that way you guys, I know where the next questions are. So we'll check that at some point in time if you guys want to. Look, I would love to do a Kill and Panda cooking stream, which would probably end up being me cooking and him being entertaining.
Yeah, because I can't cook.
But
that's like my thing. I can't do much, but I will give you some zingers. Okay, I will give you the best zinger you've heard all day.
I'll be like, hey Panda, try this Chipotle rub, and I'll be like, oh, that's spicy.
I'll be like, I'll just rub this on my thighs real quick. And I'll rub it on the chicken thighs. And I'll be like, you thought I meant. You gotta get your
You guys. Oh, chat.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great for like a whole
But
series.
he said he was gonna put it on his thighs. God.
Just like WandaVision, but like with way less production value. Imagine that.
I haven't even seen the first episode.
It's really good. It gets crazy. Like that's what you should watch after finishing Queen's Gambit. Especially if you're just gonna watch it.
I finished it last night.
Yeah, I know. I saw. I like the tweet. I'm happy you finally finished.
I was like, oh yeah, buddy. But again,
Oh, yeah.
if you guys want to see the gloom cap, do it.
Borgov. Wait, what?
It was so good.
Yeah, Borgov was like the perfect antagonist.
He was amazing. I loved it.
Like he doesn't have that much character development, but like they talk about him like he's like this ethereal figure, and he's just like at the end he's like
just how he ended that was perfect. I loved it.
So good. Watch it.
Make sure you guys also check out the video after the stream. It's really good. Only like 10 minutes long. So, all right. I have food left, but I can eat while you're talking. So,
sounds good. I guess I'll Google things and look at the just while I talk.
Well,
so
I just gave you I gave you that. This is all speculation. We don't have to have knowledge.
Okay, that's fair. I do really like the ability trees. They look amazing. Like it looks like there's going to be a lot for each one. And each character, we have up to 30 hours for main game. If
20 to 30 main game with no side quest.
It's not bad. That's pretty awesome.
And then there's 4 types of characters. So Sando was like, "I'll be with you two the whole time if you want me," and I'm like, "I'm okay with that."
Heck yeah! And then when we just rotate someone out, that's the other class or whatever.
Yeah. And then they've got really cool endgame content. We'll talk about it. Okay. I'm gonna start recording in.
How many dungeons did you? Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
We'll talk about it. I love you. I just want to we're gonna get too involved in talking and then not have it starting recording.
You said it, and then I was like, okay, so are we starting then?
No, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Palentine's episode 4. I didn't forget. I actually knew it. I just made it sound like I didn't. You guys aren't gonna believe that at all.
I forgot.
I did actually know what it was. So, if you guys are new here, please, thank you so much for being here. Please give us some type of rating, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. If you guys would like to watch it live, please go to youtube.com/Kilohmz, and that'll take you to my YouTube, which is a great way to go about it. Now, if you guys want to catch up with me, Twitter is the best way. If you want to see what I'm eating, you can go to my Instagram, but oh well. Most of the time, though, we are paid. Well, actually, I need to change some stuff on here because I have some things that are on here. Is that what I want, though? We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. We very much appreciate it. Oh, no, I guess I switched the East Coast Guild stuff on here, and I think I just never switched it back. I'm going to change that real quick.
Change it real quick.
If you guys would like to see more of our podcasts and stuff, please go check out EastCoastGuild.com. They sponsor us for doing things, and they're really cool, and at least one of them's pretty cute.
Yeah.
And that's my brother-in-law.
No, it's you too. No, stop it. Stop it.
So, make sure you check them out. Again, if you guys want to watch it live, go to youtube.com/C/Kilohmz, and you can watch it live. We try to do it once a week, once every other week.
Yes.
Just depending on our lives. We're busy. We're busy people. But we do enjoy doing it.
I don't sleep very well. So, hi.
Yes. And then if you guys
my fault.
also want to support East Coast Guild in any other way, please consider going to their Patreon, which is patreon.com/EastCoastGuild. And that actually helps fund it more so we can do more podcasts and more fun things like this to help you guys out.
Yeah. Whatever you're able to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't feel like it's never enough.
There's tiers as low as $5. There's tiers as high as like $200. So there's everything in between. So if you only were like, oh my gosh, I used to be Twitch subbed to Kilohmz and now he doesn't do Twitch anymore. Patreon's a great place to show that support. And it goes to the same person because I run the business. So
there you go. See,
it's a great way to go about it. But that's not why you guys are here today. You guys are actually here to hear us talk about things. And you know what? The funny part is this is the one that's not about Star Wars innately. I'm not going to say that it won't somehow come up because it always does.
It always comes up.
But it is not innately about Star Wars. We're going to be talking about a game.
I could use it immediately when you said that, and that's even worse. From Star Wars. That's not just.
Oh no.
It's my brain. It's my brain.
But we're going to be talking about the game Outriders today. If you haven't seen it, it is a new looter shooter with a demo coming in late February, and it comes out in April of this year.
Only, right?
It is co-op. It might end up being. It has a multiplayer. It does have a PvP.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure what that
I don't know
right.
how. I don't know how it's going to work and how they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna balance things because there's going to be characters innately, like there's a tank character and they're going to innately not put out as much damage as others. So I don't know how the balance for it's going to be. I'm not going to play it in the first place.
I might. If
I
it's
might
like
try it.
Like squad based, it might be pretty fun. You know what I mean? So could be good. I'm not gonna play it right away either when the game first comes out. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
I've been hurt too many times with looter shooters that promise big things.
Destiny.
That I know, not even just Destiny.
Mostly Destiny.
Borderlands 3 is pretty all over the place in terms of quality.
Borderlands 3 was really good, except for when it ended. Because once you got through the main story, there was no drive to keep playing. And that was my
problem. In
problem.
every of the games, though. That's in all 3 of them, or all 4 if you want to count pre-sequel.
I think you should, but yeah.
So,
in the whole series.
Yeah.
And it's because you run out of the content before the DLC drops. But then, like, once it's dropped, I'm like, I don't really want to go back and play the DLC. Especially with the fact that they nerfed so much crap.
They nerfed they nerfed Flak. They buffed the Siren because she was too weak.
Yeah.
Like, I want the game to come out and I want the character to stay the same. If you want to if one character is performing less than you want, fix that one character. Do not hurt my boy because your other characters are crap. That's not my fault. That's your fault.
Don't hurt my gender-neutral, beautiful robot beast.
This is the example.
Roadhog had happened to him. Happened to Flak. Poor Flak.
My boy. I have trust issues with game developers, and people are like, "Why don't you want to play Overwatch anymore?" It's like, I don't know if I'm gonna hate it next week.
No, that's completely fair. I completely agree with you. All right, so Outriders looks like a really cool game. I've watched all the character trailers. I've told Panda stuff about the character trailers, but Panda, being Panda, was like, I'm not going to watch the character trailers. And I don't blame him for not watching them. I respect that. I did watch them. I'm very much ready for them. And looking at their tree just off of the thing, I'm super duper excited. I'm also super duper excited because of just who the developer is. Like, the fact that it's a Square Enix game already makes me like, hoo. Exactly. Because I'm like, the game looks amazing. I've enjoyed it. From the gameplay is really unique. They don't have healing items in the game. You heal off hurting people. Like, you heal by being aggressive in a fight.
Wait,
and I was like,
who was that for?
That was for all of them. It's for the game.
Okay.
Like, that's just now. No, they do have different. They have different healing abilities. They do have different healing ability. Like, it procs off different things, right, and stuff like that. But you get healed outside of combat by being aggressive in combat.
Nice. That does sound pretty cool.
And like, I'm like, you mean you're gonna reward me for being gung ho and, you know, going deep? I'm ready.
Whatever that could be. Whatever that beef could have been. That could have been anything, you know?
It could have, but like, I'm super stoked for that. I could be Aardvark deep. I mean, the other cool part, no microtransactions, not free to play. So like, you kind of won't have what happened in Destiny with the cheater situation in PvP.
Yeah, that
people
got bad
can just
fast.
make burner accounts and.
Yeah, that got bad really fast. It went from like pretty like okay and like annoying to like us PvE players to like annoying for everyone.
Yeah. It was a big thing. It will also have smart delivery and a free upgrade for PS5. I think it will also end up getting a free upgrade to the series, they put to the 1X, but I think it's the one Series X.
Yeah, the Series.
And
yeah,
then they
Series
put
X.
the Series, they instead of putting, because it's the Xbox Series S, they just put the Xbox One X, and I don't know why. But they also put the Xbox Series S, so that means that it will go to the next
the higher
set
vision. Yeah.
platform. So that's really
Yeah.
cool.
No, that's awesome. I don't know. I'm like I want to see. I want it to come out, and I might pick it up day one. We'll see.
I
But
will
I'm
be
like-
playing it day one.
It's just I don't know.
Oh, that's the other thing. Will Outriders feature PvP? The question of PvP is asked a lot, but right now, from the earliest concept, Outriders has been designed as a PvE game. We're committed to making this the best single player and co-op RPG shooter out there.
I like the single. I like that they said single and co-op, so
Yes.
it'll work without
The way they have stuff built is like amazingly synergistic, that you can run any character on their own, but they thrive in a group. They thrive more in a group.
So much like Anthem to me. I'm just so like.
Yeah, no, it gives a lot of Anthem vibes, which,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, Anthem was an amazing game, but it was too short.
We had fun with it even after it came out. We did the event stuff, and we hung out for a little bit afterwards.
Yeah,
Here and there, and it was all right. You know,
Anthem was wonderful.
It was just too little. It was very, very sparse in content. So the fact that they're like, "Hey, we're not doing extra content. What you see is what you get, but you're gonna get at least 30 hours." So
They did also. I did also do some digging. They might end up doing DLCs, but it will not, like, as of the beginning, it's a what you get is what you get.
Yeah. Okay. They're really just gonna see how
they want to see how much people like it. They'll probably, any type of RPG game is always open-ended enough to have more added on.
Yeah. Even just areas like with storylines and stuff. That's fine. You don't even need to build on the stuff you already built on. That's fine. If you want to only make side stuff, you're done with the main story for that one. You want to make a sequel? That's fine too.
Yeah.
We talked about this. And it's better. I'd rather get sequels. I'd rather have Outriders 11 than Outriders 2 being out for 3 years and then losing all the content that I liked from Outriders 2 in the big get-go.
You're right. I also agree that I would rather wait a year or two to get a full. I would rather wait 2 to 3 years to get a full game. Because here's the thing: at the end of the day, God of Boy, right? God of Boy was considered an amazing and spectacular game, and it was not forced to be played after you were done. And it stood alone, and it sat well in people's mouths. Like, it tasted good when you were done. Like, it didn't leave a sour taste. So it was good, and it was solid.
And it left you with a couple questions for the next one.
Yeah, so, and it wanted you're interested in God of Boy 2, but you're also like,
God of Boy.
because it separates it from being God of War, because.
No, but Dad of Boy.
Dad of Boy? We'll just go with Dad of Boy.
Dad of Boy.
Dad of Boy.
Because God of Boy just sounds weird and wrong, and I don't like it.
I've always said God of Boy. But anyway, so
this is I love you. You can do that.
Dad of Boy is going. It left that good taste in your mouth. I think that this game will too. They said that the game with the main campaign on a single class will take 25 to 30 hours, but it'll take 2 to 3 times that long if you play all the side quests, post campaign, and additional content.
Nice.
And they've made sure that there's. I'm reading this, by the way. If you want to get any of this information for yourself, I'm reading it off of the FAQ on outriders.squareenixgames.com. There's some dashes in there, but I'm not doing it for you. You can look it up; you'll find it.
I believe.
Once we've made sure that there's no right or wrong way to play the game, and that you'll always have a great experience. If you want to complete the main campaign, you'll experience a full story and have a great time with this game. But if you want to spend more time in the world of Outriders, getting the best items and taking on the hardest challenges in the game, it can keep you busy for exponentially longer.
Nice.
Because there are 14 dungeons post-game. And there are 15 different world tiers, which are different difficulties, just like an Anthem. So you have 15 different difficulties, which can give you different gear. So like the harder the difficulty, the better the gear.
Okay, yeah.
And there's some gear you cannot get at lower world tiers. So like
It's
if
literally
you have
like
to
that,
be you have to be at like world tier 10 to get a legendary, possibly. Or an
Yeah.
exotic, right? Because I don't know what they're gonna call them, but
I don't think anybody does that. I don't know what they do.
they might have.
Yeah.
They might have. Well, they've posted about them, so like I think they're legendaries in their game. I'll check their Twitter.
That's what I was about to do. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna have it up just so I have it up anyway. But
That's fair.
yeah, because they also have weapon. They have like full ammo sets or full armor sets, which are 5 pieces of armor, and they give you stuff like give you bonuses.
Yeah, see, the
Yeah, they're
bonuses
legendary. It's legendary gear.
Okay.
Because they have like legendary guns and gloves and legendary armors. Like it's super cool just for the pure fact that like you get to basically min-max as much as you want while still creating a fun experience for you to live through.
Yeah. Like, and you get to pick and choose. Yeah. It's not like, oh, this is the best. So,
Yeah.
just use this.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, so you get to find out what build might be the best for each situation. But here's the thing: the build you use for the first 3 dungeons post game might not work for the next 3. So now you have to redo your tree, which is free. You get to reset your tree whenever you want, and it doesn't cost you any in-game money, doesn't cost you any items. It is just free, and you get up to 20 ability points. So you can fill up 1 full tree plus like 7 side abilities. Was what I was noticing in the videos. And that's at a minimum. They might give you a little bit more.
Yeah, after you actually like complete everything, you might be able to just max out. Yeah.
Yeah, you might get more. I don't know. And so I'm like, I thought it was really cool. So you get to do that, and then you can also then be like, I really like this build setup. I'm now gonna go and find a weapon to match this build, because all of the different guns and stuff have abilities that can make it even better for you and for your character class.
I love and dislike the textures for the actual character models. Everything else looks amazing, but I'm like real right on the fence there. Because some of it looks really sick, and then some of it looks very like, here's a flat texture. There you go. I'm just looking at it.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. I completely understand. I mean, I think that it's definitely a more realistic. Definitely more realistic.
Yeah, no, I like it. No, it's not bad. Like I said, it's just like it's just a little getting used to, but nothing bad.
Oh my gosh! Holy crap! That is breaking news.
What is?
Well, it's breaking news as of 3 hours ago. But apparently, EA has decided the fate of Anthem.
Oof. So I guess we can talk about that then right now.
Oh, apparently, this week EA will review the progress of Anthem Next, which was Anthem 2.0, and decide whether to expand the team or put an end to the project. So we'll know at the end of this week if the game is done.
Nope, sounds like next time that's what we're going to be talking
It
about.
looks like next week we're going to be talking about the death of Anthem. And how long is it going to be until the Destiny community agrees?
Huh?
What?
It's not going to die anytime soon.
I know.
They will fight over each other until there's one person left standing.
I know. Also, February 25th is going to be the beta.
Okay.
So I'll probably try to play
the pre-order.
I plan on pre-ordering the game.
I don't have money. So I'm gonna so is it free or is it like?
I don't know. I haven't seen the information on it. Like
Outriders public beta.
Like, and they don't have anything in their FAQ about it either. So I don't know. I like the fact that this actually seems like it's an appropriate amount of time to do a beta, because they can still make changes. Like, it's still 2 months away. So I like that.
Yeah.
That makes me happy at least. Let's see. But yeah, no, I'm super excited about this game. I think it's gonna be a good looter shooter. It's gonna be very, very, very gory. Very gory. Which honestly I'm okay with. Like, I mean, I like Borderlands. I played Borderlands.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's a part of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like when you get like if you don't have that satisfaction of like just the visual like chaos, like it's not as
Yeah,
satisfying,
it's not. The other thing that's really exciting is the 4 different classes. There's the Technomancer, the Pyromancer. There's somebody that they're basically like a hunter. It's hard to find all the stinking like yeah, it's like finding all the stuff I need without going to like their YouTube to see all the classes. Which I'm going to their YouTube. They're doing a live thing, right? Oh no, that's somebody else that's doing something that they do. I don't know. Outriders. I just want to go to Outriders. I want to go to their stuff.
I'm trying to find it.
It's like getting it's Legacy Gaming. Legacy Gaming is the studio.
Okay.
So I think it is. No, it's not. That's a guy that's doing news on it. Finding.
I think it might just be. Oh no. Okay, here we go.
It is Outriders. I found it.
No, people can fly. People can fly.
Oh, that'll be interesting. So on the Outriders thing, there is, they have the Technomancer, the Devastator, the Pyromancer, and the Trickster.
Okay.
And the Trickster is like a hunter from Destiny. The Pyromancer is like a mid-range fire, wielding, like kind of warlocky. If I'm going to connect it to anything, it's kind of warlocky. The Devastator, which is the class that you and I will probably play, and we will probably thick boy the crap out of it because he is a thick boy. And then the cool part is about him, he has this ability where he punches the ground and impales people on spikes.
Ooh, I like that.
And he also has a better shoulder charge than the Titans. He jumps up in the air and like slams the ground and then leaves an earthquake shockwave effect. Like,
for sweet. I like
chef kiss. And then lastly, there's the Technomancer. They said that class is probably the most suited for solo players because of its healing abilities. Like,
gotcha.
Because it can heal itself and its whole team, whereas the other ones can just heal themselves. Like, it is the most supporty support. But if you're playing a Technomancer, you're sniping. You're sniper class.
Yeah, like scout rifles probably around there.
Yeah.
DMRs.
Yeah, DMRs and snipers. Like, that's what you're using.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to listen to them talk about it because it was like you got to hear the difference between it all. And I haven't really watched a lot of their gameplay stuff because I don't want to. I don't want to be too spoiled, but like I'm hoping that their beta is like Destiny 1's beta. Up to level 7 or up to level 5, up to a few levels, get to play a few missions and explore the world. That's it. Like, just get to run around, have some fun.
Maybe down.
That
just
was
like one mission, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was amazing. Like, I really enjoyed it. I will probably play it and see how much content I can pull out of it. Wring it dry, if you will.
Wring it dry. See, that's the thing though. I just want to enjoy it. You know what I mean? I just want to relax and enjoy it to an extent too. I don't want to overdo it and then burn out on it and then hate it because I've spent the first week spending 30 hours on it and then hate it.
My thing is, I didn't burn out on Destiny until I was done with the campaign. My hype for Destiny held from my summer class that I took in college the year it got announced to the actual release and like the beta and everything. Like, I found the game shortly before the beta, like a few months before the beta.
Yeah.
Played the beta, then it came out and we played it until like all the way through House of Wolves.
Yes, I didn't even do that.
And once we got through House of Wolves, the game like died for me because that was the end of the content. Like we did the main campaign, and then it was Dark Below was not too long after. It was like
Dark
a couple
Below was
months.
not, yeah, Dark Below was not.
And then
I played a little bit of Dark Below because I finally hopped back on. I was like, let me check this out because I had both DLCs. And I was like,
it wasn't great.
No, it wasn't like the worst thing ever. I've played worse games, but
oh yeah, I have too. And then House of Wolves, I enjoyed.
okay.
It was all right. But then like it didn't have anything until Taken King.
Yep. But Taken King was huge.
It
for that
was, but it was like you said, like I'd rather have a 2 than a.
But I don't think Taken King took anything away really from the main game.
It didn't. It's just the fact of like it's the problem with Destiny is constantly the content drought.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a finite end and them say, okay, now we're gonna start doing new things.
Or at least like instead of giving us like House of Wolves and Dark Below, like just add that up with Taken King and just work on all that. And then it can all come out.
I'm only going to disagree on that because the only reason I think a lot of people kept playing longer was because of those 2 DLCs.
That's fair.
Like those small DLCs coming out every 2 to 3 months, which was not sustainable in any way.
No.
Was the best system. Was the best system for that game for me.
Yeah.
Because it felt like I had constant stuff.
Well,
I could put the game down for a month and come back in. I can't put the game down for a month now. Like I'm too far behind.
Yeah, well that's the thing is like COD it used to be like that. Like it used to be like, okay, you get like here's your next, map pack, you get, 4 multiplayer maps and a zombies map. And then they just now everything's like we have to be a live game service. And I'm like, I like it for some things, but everything being it is like too much. So like this game does seem like really refreshing for the fact that it's gonna be like, hey, here's the game. Yeah, sure,
it'll feel a lot more. It'll feel a lot more like Borderlands, I think.
But I think it might do better because if it has like solid like at least some kind of like solid structure underneath it, and not just we're trolling you at the end of the game, then it might actually get somewhere.
Yeah,
because that's all Borderlands ever was a joke. The games have always been jokes. Like now they're starting to get serious, and that's great, and I'm okay. I'm here for it, and it's all good. But like, it took us 4 games to get to like a serious point. Like even 2, like with its serious moments, it's still like, and we're cracking jokes immediately after it. This one, yeah, they're doing that still, but it's still there's characters that you see are like in pain instead of like.
Well, and it's like there's actually like a cadence. Now. Yeah. Which was
like, what are we doing now? Yeah.
Which I did like. I liked that there was a cadence and like an understanding. Like, oh no, I still felt like it was maybe it was just felt like a little slow.
Yeah, no, it was.
And then it was
slow,
a little short. Like it ended short.
The still was good though.
It was. I just hated the ending. The ending left such a bad taste in my mouth for Borderlands 3.
You really hated the ending. I didn't hate the ending.
So
I was like, oh, that was it.
Okay. You spend 40 hours going to save this, and then she chucks herself into the fucking moon.
That's true. Those will happen.
Like,
and I think some of the DLC does work with like off of that, but
that really bugged me. I was like, what was the point in saving your butt then? Like,
not much.
I don't know. I felt like I understood that it was an
Borderlands is like
the endings
are always like
a
huge tease.
And it was like
think of honestly.
And it was like it sucked because with Borderlands 3 it didn't feel like a Borderlands ending. And what I mean by that is I
would say it does, but
I didn't feel like it did because like I'm not gonna lie. Nobody really sacrificed themselves like that at the very end. Like Roland didn't even sacrifice himself. He just got bodied.
Yeah, he got done dirty.
He just got bodied and done dirty. But like,
I think it could be done with the pre-sequel though. That's what I mean. That's the thing.
Well, and I didn't finish that too. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it ends just as bittersweet as all of them. So that's the thing. They're all bittersweet. That's the thing. It's not like they're all like I wouldn't say that they're all like someone sacrificing themselves, because even in the first one, there's not really anyone sacrificing themselves, like necessarily, you know.
Yeah, well, I felt
So-
like 2 ended very well.
Yeah,
I felt like 3 didn't.
Two is the most solid out of all of them. 2 is probably the most solid start to finish because it has the most content and bang for your buck, especially with the
Yeah.
DLC.
Oh my gosh,
The DLC was really good in 2.
The D&D DLC literally brought me to tears.
Well, the thing is, like, yeah, it was great. I didn't finish it, but the Torg one's awesome, and that's like the first one. Usually, the first one they put out is kind of eh. The first DLC for Borderlands 2 was going out swinging. Like, right out the gate.
The D&D the D&D one. Well, and that was later on, I think.
Yeah, that was the second or third one.
But like, it was cool
Yeah,
because
the
it
second one
was
was Hammerlock.
Tina. It was Tina dealing with the death of Roland.
Yeah. Oh, the first one was okay. No, I was wrong. Actually, that was the second one. The first one was the Pirate DLC, which is still good. I love the Pirate DLC. But yeah, Tiny Tina's bunkers and BAs.
Yeah, bunkers and BAs. 3 was a little annoying because they were making fun of content creators, but I also was like, oh no. If you don't like the spoilers, I'm sorry. The game came out. When did Borderlands 2 come out?
Yeah. A while ago. 2014? 2013? 2013, I think. That's my final answer. That's my guess.
2013 is your final answer.
Final answer. Yep, locking in.
Do do do. Ba-ba. That is incorrect. September 18th, 2012.
That was a year off. That's fine.
You were a year off. You were close.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm not going to feel bad for a game that came out 9 years ago.
Yeah,
I'm going to feel bad for Borderlands 3. If you wanted to play it by now, you'd have played it. Like, that's
on sale a crap ton on Steam.
it was on sale though. It was on sale like within a month.
Yeah. That's on you.
I will not feel bad about that. Any game we talk about with spoilers,
Nah. If it's new, then yeah, we'll be like, spoiler.
You play the opening and couldn't get into it?
it.
That happens too. Like, I don't know. Borderlands 1 didn't catch my attention.
I mean, Sando still hasn't really gotten caught by any of them, so
Yeah, he said he only got caught by pre-sequel.
yeah, which is good. I mean, hey, teach their own, you know. And the pre-sequel's pretty good. Yeah, it has
It's
a
not
good
bad.
flow, honestly.
The biggest
That's
problem
on you, though. That's your problem.
The biggest problem with Borderlands 3, Silent, is exactly what you said. They nerfed everything.
Yeah.
They took a game that was literally the point of it was power, like feeling overpowered.
Yeah.
And
well,
then
that's what all the looter shooters do. They keep getting like to the point where they're like, we want to make it balanced. Like, no, that's not fun. The balance is not what we play these games for.
no, yeah, let me be OP. Like,
Exactly.
leave my Vex Mythic class alone. Turn it back to the way it was, Bungie. Like, just let me have it. That thing was disgusting. It was the hardest gun. It was one of the hardest guns to get in the game.
I never tried to.
Oh, I did. I got it on like well, actually, I didn't really try. I got it on my like third try. I got it on like my second or third like attempt.
There you go. Well,
But-
I mean, hey, that's not bad still. You know what I mean?
I never got-
we've done things.
And then I never got
times we did
Galahorn.
Garden? Remember times we did Garden and didn't get it done? 2 to 3 is nothing. 2 to 3 is
Garden.
what?
A garden of grass.
Garden of Grass.
More like garden of.
Mhm.
But anyway, it's one of those things like
it's gonna be talked about. It's a looter shooter. It's just
yeah,
unfortunately.
we're talking about looter shooters pretty much at this point. Like
Outright.
nerfing things to balance in a PvE standpoint, don't do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Shidukai, earlier in the podcast. Buff the underperforming to be on par.
Yes. And
You want everything to be balanced, then fix the other characters. Don't nerf this guy because he's that good.
or make it balanced from the get-go.
Which it sounds like they are working on with this game, which makes me excited. Look at that segue. I did a thing. Did you
It's
see
great.
that?
Outriders is going to be an amazing game. I would not expect it to be like Anthem or like Destiny in the fact that they wanted to have a long run.
Yeah.
Square and the team that's working on it has very much said, we are done. And they're like, we might do DLCs, but otherwise, no.
Yeah, it's like, and that's fine. Like if we get DLC and we're like, oh, let's check it out. You know what I mean? We like Outriders, and then the DLC is amazing. Like, sweet, we get some more content.
Yeah,
you know how to play.
I'm super excited for the post game content because like 14 dungeons that we're gonna have to figure out how to do each of them. Oh, buddy, it's like getting I have a feeling it's gonna be like 14 strikes. It's like doing 14 of those Anthem dungeons. You remember those?
Yeah.
The Anthem dude. The first, like when we were doing that for a while, it was.
Now the Anthem creation, what was it called?
Yeah, it was.
For it.
Oh, that was their raid, their Cataclysm.
Cataclysms, yeah, those are cool too. I did one of those, but that was I only did like one of those.
Like.
But, you know,
that
like,
was the worst part about Anthem was like, it had such potential and they just like threw it on its face.
Yep. Well, it wasn't even that. They just didn't do anything with it. They just let it like decay and die.
And then they tried to pick it up like half a year later.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna do. It's like, what happened? Remember the roadmap that we were all asking for that you didn't put out, and then now we're here, and now you want to fix the game.
I blame EA on that way more than I do the team.
Oh no, I don't blame them at all. That's the thing about like EA owning a company. They don't take any of the fault, and it's always their fault.
Yeah.
It's like Activision. Activision's getting there. We're approaching there with Activision. I really hope they don't cross over that line that EA crossed years ago. Remember PopCap? Remember Visceral? Gone, dead. If they kill Treyarch, I'm rioting. I will go to wherever the headquarters are, and I'll just get a picket fence, and I'll just sleep there. That's my life now. We'll just stream for right outside EA.
I mean, that's going to be the thing to see what happens. I mean, it's just like finding out what's going to happen with Anthem next. Which they did have, that's trending on Twitter again for me. Yeah. It's trending in video games for me. And it's because Paul Tassi and Jason Schreier, I don't know how to say his name. Sorry, Jason. They both put up. I know you're talking about, but I don't even know how. Can't even remember.
Yeah, up, man.
It's the guy. It's the one who does Bloomberg, and then then Paul Tassi does Forbes. They both put up stuff.
Forbes? That's crazy.
Yeah, Tassi does Forbes.
That's crazy.
He does stuff for Forbes. I don't know that he runs it. But he does stuff for Forbes.
Yeah,
so
I've seen the name around.
Because I follow him because he writes a lot of Destiny opinion pieces and news pieces. So I really appreciate it. But I'm excited to see what happens with that because EA is gonna talk.
Yeah. And
they're doing an evaluation to see how it's gonna go. So like everybody did it. Like Kotaku, Forbes, Bloomberg, they all put out stuff. Games Radar as well. So like it'll be big to see what happens with Anthem because like Anthem 2.0 could be really good. I have a feeling they're going to Destiny it. It's going to be good for 2 months after they fix it.
That's what they wanted to do though. The first off the get-go. Like out the gate, that's what they wanted.
But I think they're going to current Destiny it, not the Destiny that they wanted to follow. I think they're going to hit the season. They're going to start doing like
everything now until someone else makes a new system that works better, whether people enjoy more. We're not getting another system right now. Wait, Fortnite has
you mean a system?
The gaming landscape.
You mean a system that's been around for years and has shown like little to no problem and has kept their community engaged in it for years? Man, I hope that there's no games that came out on like March 25th, 2013 by the name of Warframe that have shown to be prosperous by doing something that's not a season model for the last 8 years.
Warframe's like the weirdest outlier though. That's the thing. Warframe like just exists, right? Like Warframe doesn't even really ask for anything. Like, this is what we're doing. And then it's like, okay. And like their community doesn't complain. They don't get
no, they love it. They love it.
They eat it up, honestly.
Just like I ate up my dinner.
They know what their community wants because they made the community. They garnered it. They didn't like try to people please everyone. You people please everyone, it's gonna be a problem.
And that's like the thing that jumps on it too is like it's a free to play game.
Yep.
It has a 95% liked by Google users.
It's just a good
It's
game.
a 9 out of 10 on
and I wish I played
Steam.
more of it, honestly. It's just like it's one of those things where I'm so far behind, I don't know if I'm gonna ever catch up on it. But that's on me, right? Like I can put the time into it, I could catch up. But
that's the only thing. But like that's the thing I like about it is they have the Prime releases. So if you don't want to grind for 20 hours to get a frame, you can buy it.
I have Prime Limbo, and I didn't even pay for it. I shouldn't have gotten it. It just randomly got it. Like it popped up in my reward.
They did frames. They gave frames away for a special event, and then they also gave frames away if you had a Twitch account.
That hasn't been given away for years. How'd you get that? And I was like, I don't know, man. I just got it. I didn't pay for it, so they were all like freaking out at me, and I was like, I don't know.
But it's just, I don't know. I think to say that like. I hate that gets overlooked as much as it does.
Oh yeah, no, it really does. Like I didn't even think about it until you just said it, honestly, because like I said, I haven't played much of it. Like we played it once and it was fun, but I just haven't played that much of it. And I've had issues like weird bugs on my Xbox, but that's on me too. So that's it's not a broad issue.
I would just look forward to seeing something do that. I think Outriders has a chance. I think Anthem had a chance to do what was done by Warframe. Like if I had been able to be like, here's different javelins, go do them, or like go on this quest to learn how to unlock, like how to build this javelin, and then you had to go and do a fetch quest for materials. Like I would have still done that. Like I would have gone and played they had 2 strikes. I'd have played those 2 strikes so many times just to make sure I could try the new javelin. Like that would have been so cool.
Chill, buddy. The 3rd one's coming in 6 months. Okay, 6 more months. 6 more months. 6 more months.
Hashtag Destiny 2.
6. Transmog. 6 more months.
Oh man. It sucks. It sucks.
I'm not saying Outriders is gonna be perfect, but I think it's it shows a lot of promise, and I'm
it's
excited. Also
incredibly realistic.
Yeah. What it looks like it has a very it looks like Resistance meets like what's that game that came out? Remnant? Yeah, that's my comparison. There we go. Resistance meets that.
I just
like art style wise, like aesthetic wise, I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just am super thrilled for it to be like solid.
Yeah. I get that, buddy. I do.
I'm really hoping that it'll be solid. Because like as we talked about tonight, like we went a little off tangent and we talked about but that's the thing, right? That's the point of the podcast. We can talk about whatever we want.
What? Us? Never. Never happened. Not once. No.
No.
Not me.
No happened.
Never go off subject ever.
Not ever. Chat. You're the ones who go off topic.
You definitely don't quote me on that either, because I'm not. I will neither confirm nor deny the legitimacy of this.
But I know there's going to be a lack of customability.
Yeah.
But I get beards, so I'm kind of okay with it. I didn't have a beard in Destiny. I would have totally.
As long as they're solid, it's fine. Like even Destiny, people really don't complain about the character because you put all the armor on and you don't see it anyway, right?
Well, there's a reason I keep my helmet on all the time now.
Well, the helmet stays on, you know.
I'm just tired of seeing my face.
I get
my Destiny character became me in real life.
I go through phases. I'm like, I don't like this helmet. I'll go look at the face. I'm sick of the face. I've been looking at this for like 2 months. It's like.
I've been wearing the helm of Saint 14 for 3 years. I need to change what's going on.
I don't know. Saint 14 will never die.
I love that man.
Great. I love like I was talking about this the other day because I was playing the New Zombies map and everything. I was like, Russians are just so interesting. Like despite like I think it's because of all the enigma around it. It's just always a good time, you know.
That's true. By the way, chat, if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys put them in because when we We're getting close to being done. So if you guys have any, put them in there. Put them in the Gilded. We will read them before we go, and we will go off of them. You know, we'll see. Do all of our due diligence to do what we can.
I need to get better at opening up Gilded because I just can't talk on it, so I don't even bother opening it.
No, I have it open, so it's not like it's a big deal.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody's putting anything in there, so.
Imagine.
Right. What people ask questions? I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, it'll be good.
I think like I haven't felt this hype since Destiny 1. So hopefully it'll feel good for 6 months like Destiny 1 did, and then won't leave me feeling shortchanged.
If it makes me want to replay it, that will be the biggest thing that anything has done since
I think,
like the PS2 generation almost.
I think if I'm going to want to play a second character, that's going to be a huge thing for me. Do you really just... Really, chat? Hey, when are we getting a face reveal?
Well, no, I got it. Don't worry, I got it under
control. Yeah, you did. You got it. You got it. Yeah, you guys will see my real face after 1 million. I'll stop being a VTuber.
Yeah. Imagine choosing to look like this. Like I'll do a face reveal at 3 mil. Okay.
God. Okay, fine.
I'm pretty sure
I will scorn just you, absolute idiots.
Oh my god, I'm absolute idiots. Like, when will you do a face reveal even though your camera's turned on?
Dude,
huh?
It's just all of it, really.
When's you gonna do it? Come on, streamer. Dance like a monkey.
Yeah. That's you.
And you didn't even dance like a monkey first. You asked in the wrong space. We said Gilded. Bam! Imagine if I wasn't kidding. Ah, yeah, I got you there, didn't I?
The thing is, he's not. He just knows that I'm gonna be like, "Why'd you do it? It wasn't worth it."
I know. I'm just messing with him.
If it was Twitch, he would ban you just to ban you.
No, I totally would. I'd undo it immediately, but I'm like, that's funny though. I'd probably let you sweat it out for like a good 30 seconds. Like, okay, all right, get a good little scam. Come on, back in here. Come on. But,
so wait, what was the thing you found about people flying?
Oh, that's fair. Wait, they can fly?
Well, you said something with this.
People can fly. No, that's like the name of the company.
Oh, okay.
They worked on Fortnite. I can go through the list if you want me to actually. Yeah, pull it up again.
Yeah, people can fly.
They worked on Gears of War Judgment, which is not a great one, but since then they've done Bulletstorm.
Oh, I loved Bulletstorm.
I never finished it.
It was so bad, but I loved it so much.
They also worked on the original Gears of War, which was good.
Yes, it was.
So Painkiller, I've heard mixed things about. Some people really do have a soft spot for it because it's like a Max Payne ripoff kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they worked on some popular things. You know what I mean? So and they've also worked on some popular garbage. So I feel like it's like we're really gonna be like neck and neck.
So that means that we then have to go and look at like the other company that's working with them, Square.
Yeah. True.
Square really hasn't dropped the ball on anything in the past 5 years.
Okay, I like that you said the last 5 years. So I was like, if you gave them any more amount of time, I would have been like,
well, wait. Well, but, I don't know. I heard mixed reviews on that one.
It's a whole egg simulator. It's really bad.
Like I get that Lightning is basically just Cloud version 2, but at the same time, you're bringing in younger generations, so.
Well, no, I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. Lightning being like the only good character makes sense that they all brought only her back and then some of the other side characters to be side characters. But like the thing is, they established like all these characters. Then Lightning was the only one that was strong enough to get her own like spin-offs, plural. So it's kind of like Cloud, but even weaker because you get to play as the other characters. Where in FF7 you don't get to play as the other characters. The original FF7, I should say. So,
yeah. And then they had Dissidia NT came out in 2015, so that was 6 years ago.
Dissidia is pretty popular too. Yeah, that's pretty popular.
Dissidia NT was trash.
Oh, was it?
Duodecim and the original one for the PSP were amazing. When this one came out, they added a couple. In my opinion, they added a couple things that were just god awful for the series. For the fighting.
I just heard the name. I was like, oh, that's pretty well known. But then you're like,
Yes.
oh no, it's terrible. I'm like, oh okay, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't know anything about Dissidia.
Dissidia was really good. It was basically Super Smash Bros. Melee Final Fantasy Edition.
That's pretty cool.
And it was awesome. And then they added so they had you could do these light attacks that build up your brave meter or whatever.
Oh, so
and then you do
All-Stars.
and then you do massive
that.
damage with your other type of attack. And you do more damage based on how high you got your brave meter. But then they changed a couple things in NT that made it really did you guys really just do that? Did you really make the game that much more complicated for no reason? And it killed it for me. I really liked Dissidia and Dissidia Duodecim.
Yeah.
But
I'm Googling it.
NT was not fun.
That's fair. It's made by IO Interactive. Hitman is made by IO Interactive and published by Square.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
IO was really good too. I love IO. If IO was on this, I would be like, heck.
The new Hitman game looks really good too. So
I need to play all of them. I'm so behind. 1 and 2.
I think that this game's going to be good because I don't think Square will allow it to be released if it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I think Square of the past, outside of what they did with NT, which I know some people probably like. It has an 81% positive review, so I'm probably in the minority for my hate of it, which is fine.
Well, you probably just like the older ones. I mean, I can relate to that. I understand that. That's because BioShock. It's fine.
Yeah. So outside of that, they haven't had a problem since Final Fantasy 13, which I still feel was kind of created for a younger generation.
And it kind of wasn't. It wasn't terrible. Some people have gone back and still can enjoy it for what it is, even though it's a mess. It's one of those things where if something can still be enjoyed for the mess that it is, there's still something to be said about
they're probably their biggest mess in their entire career was 11. Was the first 11.
Going back to our original conversation from before we started, it's like Resident Evil 6. It's the worst one, pretty much definitively across the board by a lot of people. And I still enjoy it. It's a great action game. It's not a good horror game, which is what the series is supposed to be. But hey,
it's you ready for the connection we've been waiting all night for? It's like Star Wars. Even a bad Star Wars, outside of how I feel about Episode 2, because I need to rewatch it and maybe give it another shot. Outside of that, I would still consider 8 of those movies of the outside of the side movies, of the episoded movies.
Episodic, yeah.
I would still say I would still rather watch 8 of them than another movie. That's I don't have a good comparison. It's just I would prefer to watch those over something else.
Yes.
It's
fine.
Episode 2 was dreadful. Clone Wars was amazing.
See, I enjoy Episode 2 because I think it's funny, and I think that it's enjoyable enough. I get why you don't like the romance and whatnot, but I think that you go back and rewatch it now, it's not as bad.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fair. If I go back and rewatch it, I might like it more. Because that was the thing with Episode 5. I didn't like it as much. It was my second least favorite one. Because of how slow it felt as a kid. But
oh, definitely when you get older. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm oh yes. Oh,
I don't think I'm ever going to enjoy 9. I just can't wrap my head around ever enjoying 9. They really have to put out a lot of spin-off stuff to fix.
I have to go rewatch 9 because my only problem with 9 is the dagger. That's it. And
the dagger's really bad. Sidious is pretty bad.
That would be my only thing because everything else in the book and listening to what happened in the book and getting that more balanced story, because the movies 7, 8, and 9, where they failed was the fact that they needed to be TV shows. Because there was so much going on.
Focus more on substance and less on
well, and that's glamour. The thing. They wanted so much going on that they needed more time.
Yep.
And they didn't get more time because they were supposed to be movies. But the world they had created for 7, 8, and 9 needed 6 movies to fully delve in and understand it.
Well, they also needed more of a through line from the get-go to the end.
Yes, they needed to have only one director too.
I don't think they only needed one director. I'm fine with.
Or they needed to make sure they had a line, they had a coherent conversation about what was going on.
When it started, that was the thing. When they sat down with George,
JJ did what his thing.
whole thing.
Yeah, JJ did his thing.
Yep.
Then the next guy was like, I didn't.
Johnson.
Ryan Annoyance was like, I hate the world and I hate Luke Skywalker, so this is what's happening. And then JJ's like, son of a, what am I supposed to do with this hot garbage? And you know what, JJ? You hit it out of the park for the hand you were frickin' dealt. Like, I don't know how, you got the 2 pair, but you didn't have anything when it was dealt to you. You had ace high when it was dealt to you, and you pulled out a 2 pair?
He pulled that out of his sleeve. He pulled that out of nowhere.
He pulled out a 2 pair out of his, like, you did it.
He's like, hey, let's find your ear. Hey.
He freaking Lando Calrissian'd. He Lando Calrissian'd the Star Wars series.
But then he threw it away.
He did.
And then it's like, wait, where'd it go?
I don't know. I don't even know that it was fully his fault that it got thrown away.
No, the editing became a mess.
But
From what I've read, the editing got really, really bad with 9. Like, that's what it took so long for the movie to come out in the first place.
It was just so... I had my problems with it. I agree Finn got robbed.
Finn got done so dirty.
Rose got written dirty. Rey got written dirty. Like, it...
Rey got written dirty. Rey got written as a character dirty. It wasn't even her dialogue.
No,
okay with most of her dialogue.
It was her story. Her story was dirty.
It's just like, oh, she's doing this. Well, guess who saves her? It's herself, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a woman saving herself. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm completely like, we were here for it. I loved it.
Luke gets saved in the original trilogy more times than any Jedi does in the prequels by anyone.
George did, but George got bored and then wanted the money because he was bored making Star Wars movies. And then after they made 7, 8, 9, got mad about how they made 7, 8, and 9. After he sold it. George made his own mistakes.
George has done a lot of things. George was upset because of how the prequels were received, but now that the prequels are received better, I don't know.
Well, yeah, the prequels are only received better because 7, 8, 9 were a hot mess.
Yep. But that's the thing. I'd rather have some kind of consistency with some terrible CGI.
At least they were my hot mess.
They were my hot mess. What is this garbage heap?
Oh my gosh.
Mandalorian's still amazing, so it's okay.
Mandalorian. So I've been listening to Star Wars and Scotch. Great podcast. If you guys get a chance, go listen to it by Rare Drop. Really good. I now have some issues with Mandalorian.
No.
But there's there are issues, but I'm like, I don't care because I enjoyed the fan service. But like, Boba Fett, for just a small example, was completely useless and was a marketing ploy just for the Book of Boba. He did absolutely jack.
No. He's literally there to drive them around.
Yeah, he's a taxi. He's a taxi driver.
Well, he doesn't have a ship, which he still doesn't have a ship.
Yeah.
So I guess he was just gonna.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm still here for it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% here for it, but I'm just like.
I'm here for it too.
I'm just like,
See, that's the thing.
Sucks because
they still made the fight scene he did have was still I think.
It was amazing, but it's
the most we've ever gotten for him.
It's true. The other time is like, if you think about it from outside of the EU, of EU, just with canon lore,
he's done nothing.
He's useless. Like,
I know.
Why should I care about him?
Finally, everyone's coming around to my side.
I mean, I don't now note, originally I had no opinion when we first talked about it. I was like, yeah, it's whatever, but it's definitely Boba Fett. I said that after watching the first episode. I was like, that's Boba Fett. Yeah. It's going to be,
oh, that's going to be Boba.
You know, the problem with Star Wars and Scotch are like, why didn't Boba kill Cobb? He could have killed Cobb Vanth and got his armor back.
Yeah.
Why did he wait 5 years? How did he get out? Like, did the armor get spit out and then the crate dragon got eaten? And then how did he not get acid on his face? Like, there's a lot. There was like, but I mean, you get what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, so as an EU character, he was spectacular. Like, he was Mandalore at one point, but like, as a character in the Mandalorian, I'm like, I kind of get why people are like, he's useless and he doesn't need to be there.
I've said he was overrated ever since I watched the original movies because he does nothing.
Nope.
He takes credit for Darth Vader's like capture of Han Solo.
Yep.
And then dies.
Not
anymore.
And
but
then gets his Beskar jetpack smacked, and it breaks with a stick. Just saying, there's some plot holes. Like that thing wasn't supposed to be Durasteel. It was Durasteel in episode 2, because if it was his father's armor, then it was Durasteel. Then they changed it to Django was a foundling. And so that means the armor is Beskar.
Yeah.
Which means that the jetpack should have had Beskar plating on it.
They do whatever they want with Boba because depending on how people are feeling about
That's
him.
probably true. Yeah. No, that's completely fair. I
thought that he was all of Star Wars at this point, but
well, yeah. I'm still excited for the High Republic. I bought the second book in the series.
Except we begged for Finn and we didn't get.
Finn got done dirty because a very loud minority of the entire freaking population of the community are jackwagons.
Well, it's actually mostly because of China, but honestly, like,
well, there was a lot of backlash for him being cast in the first place.
No, I know,
and it was by the very loud group that I DM'd you because I don't want to say it on the podcast.
Well, no, but that was a huge point because of their what's it called, the Chinese market. They literally had to take them off the posters.
Like it's stupid.
No, that's not okay. I don't care who you are
because
you don't think that.
I mean, but absolutely, that's what we're talking about. Like that's still the problem.
Yeah. No, he's agreeing. We're saying that. He just used a different word that he doesn't want to say for some reason.
I used a different word that I don't feel like creating the drama just in case somebody thinks I'm talking about them because they didn't like Finn. I'm not talking.
You don't
about,
have to like Finn.
If you didn't like the character, you didn't like the character. If you gave the character crap because of who he was, you're wrong.
Yeah, he did the best with the material he was given, but it was not much at all.
No.
Ray!
The poor dude took a boat all the way frickin' out there to try to save her butt, and she's just like, force push into the water. You're like, why? Why? You're stupid. Her freaking
like they wanted to make it so like happy-go-lucky, but you can't do that with Star Wars. Like they try to like do the MCU where they make jokes every once in a while, like every so often. You know what I mean? Like they have like a certain quota to meet for jokes per like minute.
Yeah,
that's almost how it feels. Like that's another issue I have with
Sequel
Trilogy.
The thing that makes it tough is it was a series built for kids that have all grown up.
Yep.
And now that all the kids have grown up and want to like see more, but it's still like made for kids.
The same audience it was originally made for, yeah.
But I will 100% say I feel like Rose got done dirty too. I'll say that. Absolute idiots.
I liked episode 8 before everything happened.
I liked episode 8. I can see where people were annoyed with what happened with Luke.
I get that, but at the same time, I thought it was a very bold strategy. Honestly. And it kind of works. I don't think it doesn't work at all.
I'm mad that he didn't. I wish that he had gotten to show up earlier in 7.
I wish that he showed up earlier in 7 and was still in 9. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But when you think back, though,
Ryan Johnson.
We're thinking very like fan wise. So if we're being like completely objective, like how long do we have Obi-Wan for in the original trilogy? How long do we have Obi-Wan for? Screen time wise, how long do we have him for?
20 minutes, maybe half an hour.
Half an hour probably with use the Force, and then a little bit in Empire, and then a little bit in Return of
the
Jedi.
Well, I was talking about in episode 4, we got him about half an hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, like the whole original trilogy, because we're talking about the sequel trilogy.
Maybe out of the 6 hours, we got him maybe 1
an hour,
1 to 1:15.
So maybe if that, that's still pushing it for me.
And most of that was like 15 minutes at the end of 6.
Yep.
5 minutes in 5. Well, no, 10 to 15 minutes in 5 because he did have the talk with Yoda.
Yep.
So we're at 30 minutes and then 45 minutes in one. So hour 15 being generous.
Yeah, for being I wasn't being super semantic about it. I was just saying that we got more Luke technically than we got with Obi-Wan. So I'm like, because we're like so like pro Luke, obviously everyone loves Luke. But that's very like not giving us what we wanted and trying to do your own thing because you think it's what's the best for the franchise. Something.
I don't know. The thing is, I really agree with Mark Hamill.
Oh, I did too.
Like that's the problem. Like
I'm being complete devil's advocate.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. Like I think with how Luke was like how Luke was portrayed from how the original actor who portrayed him said that doesn't fit my character work and was still forced. Like he even said in an interview that Rian Johnson was trying to force him to ignore C-3PO. And he's like, no, I wouldn't ignore. Luke wouldn't ignore C-3PO. He would say something to him. Like it was big, you know, like it was big. He's supposed to do it. So it's like, and you know, Rian Johnson caved and let him say hi to C-3PO in 7. But it was just like, or in 8. But it was like, he had to fight tooth and nail for something that he was like, no, this is how the character is.
Yeah.
And so I think that was the thing that really got on my nerves about it was like, if the person the person who portrayed the character is like, dude, this isn't how I did the character work for this character.
Yeah.
Like you have the source material.
Yeah, we all have the source material. Yeah, and like, he has like even more of the keys than anyone else. But I think that like, I don't know. I think how like it was like there's a collaborative process when you have a director and an actor, and you need to there has to be give and take. And like when there's the director that's just so steadfast in his vision, that's fine if it's your script, you wrote the movie, you did everything, you're directing it. This is Star Wars, and you're in the middle of a trilogy, and you're acting like you own the dang thing. That is my issue. I had no problem until I knew about all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was fine when I went into it. I was like, okay, so we're really going out there with Star Wars now. You can teleport things. You can like Skype call through the Force. Okay. All right. You know, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Fine. And then he just like...
The thing is like...
Really tanked it.
I can actually like understand that...
Yeah.
More.
Well,
I can understand that even more just because it's like the mysticism, right? The mysticism of...
And that's what you want with Star Wars. You know, you want that. Like, that's why I was okay with it. Like, everyone hated it. And I was like, I'm okay with this.
I was like, no, like the Force
came in with Canto Bite. That was a huge issue for me. And Rose at the end. We don't win this war by killing the things we hate. What do you mean? That's how wars are fought. That's literally how it's done. I get what you're saying, and you're so wholesome, but it's so cringy and painful.
They ruined her character.
They played her like a fiddle, and then I guarantee she was like, "Are you sure you want me to say this? Like, I can't. You don't want me to say any other lines? Try another line or anything?
Nope,
you know,
that's
just
it."
Like a because Kelly Marie. No, I just butchered her name. Kelly Marie Tran, the actor who plays Rose, is a great human being. Like, I've watched interviews with her. I was like, okay, let me see. Because I wanted to see if like everyone freaking out at her was founded. It's not. People are just terrible when they want to raise their pitchforks and freak out at something. They pick a person and they just target. Well, that's not okay.
No,
it's Rian Johnson's fault at the end of the day.
And the thing is, that's the thing that was. It's like the conversation we had the other week. Like that's the constant problem with the Star Wars community.
Well, and it's not just Star Wars, like we said.
Oh, it happens with everything.
The loudest part of any community is always the worst 99% of the time. Unless it's super wholesome. But good luck trying to find a franchise that's been around as long as Star Wars that's wholesome still. But
I'll wait.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Even Doctor Who's not. Like, it's so bad.
No, everyone's like, Matt Smith's the best, David Tennant's the best. They like argue over which was the best Doctor instead of like...
We had a peaceful conversation about that at D&D. We were talking about all the different Doctors and what we liked and what we didn't like about them. It was nice. It was wonderful. Because we're all level-headed people, though. But, like, we're not, like, passionate, like, I bleed Matt Smith.
I like Matt Smith. I like David Tennant for different reasons. They're all like good for what they are. That's the thing. None of them are like.
And then I couldn't get into Capaldi. I couldn't, and I never tried with Jodie Smith.
Either.
I never tried with Jodie.
I haven't tried her yet either.
I
have to try. I might give her a chance.
The problem.
I'd to watch it.
So the thing is, the problem diffuse is my problem with the like I hate Jar Jar the character versus Jar Jar the person is back in '99 there was not the separation.
Yeah,
and it was hard. And it's hard as a human being when everybody's like, I hate this character, to separate yourself from that character. Like being an actor and like going through plays and stuff like this. And I guess this is one of the things that like I have a little bit of a different.
You don't have to say sorry.
Oh, well, yeah. Don't say sorry for not seeing Doctor Who. It's whatever. There's so many seasons. It's so much. But I think my thing with like as going through and doing acting and stuff like that is like it's tough for us to separate when people say they didn't like the character. And so like
I Skylar White, but I praise the actress every time I watch it because I'm like she made me dislike her that much. Same thing with Cersei.
Oh yeah.
You have to really get her under my skin for me to hate you. I
think the thing is like there are characters that are built to make you feel negatively.
Oh yeah. Well, and then upon a rewatch, you're like, oh, I kind of get where they're coming from. They might actually be more level-headed on the situation.
But I think the fact of like with Jar Jar, he was supposed to be comedic relief.
Yep.
And I 100% blame George for everything. We've talked about this. We both blame George for everything that happened with that character. But what makes it hard is even if you don't blame the actor, and I'm not talking about you, Diffuse. I'm talking about like the entire I'm talking about like the community, right? When you say something like negative about Jar Jar, the way that an actor thinks about that is they take it as personal criticism.
That's why I always
whether they mean to or not, it's what happens because they invest their soul, a part of their soul, into the character. It's how acting works. If you're a good actor, you're investing part of yourself into it.
Yeah.
And so when somebody doesn't like it, it's
separate yourself though a little bit so that doesn't happen.
You do, but it's not easy.
No. And I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, obviously.
And Diffuse, nobody's saying that you are trying to hate the actor. That's not what I'm saying at all.
No, we're not. Stop.
Like that's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's hard for the actor to differentiate it because they put a lot into it.
The point went right over it. This is the point. Diffuser went right over your head. Right over your head. Right. Point over your head.
I don't think he was supposed to be similar to Ahsoka at all.
No.
He was a mocked life form for the fact that he was dumb. And that he was putting Napoleon Dynamite in Star Wars, basically. Like if you want a way to think about it, like it was Napoleon Dynamite put into Star Wars with a couple of other problems added to it. And it didn't work the way that it was intended to work because the comedic relief in Star Wars never comes from somebody doing something stupid. It comes from somebody being sassy. Like Obi-Wan saying something sassy has more of an impact than Jar Jar tripping on a pod racer because it makes you think more. It makes it's a different level of humor.
Yeah, and it was in the depth of like there was no depth to the character. It wasn't like, oh, we feel bad for Jar Jar because everyone's making fun of him. We understand why they're making fun of him. We feel the same way.
You were made to feel like he was a lower life form.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they literally designed him like that. Like Dave Filoni and George together did kind of repair Jar Jar's image in Clone Wars. He definitely went
a little bit,
further. He went a lot further, at least in the Clone Wars, but it's still not good. It's like putting a Band-Aid on your poop, just flush it down the toilet at that point.
It's like putting a Band-Aid on your arm being chopped off. It stops like a little bit of the blood.
Just flush the toilet. Just get it down there. I mean, I like your analogy. It's not bad. I'm just saying, like, just get.
No, I think Padme in episode 2 felt that way to me. In episode 1, it was like she's trying to hide who she is, and there's so much other problems that like she has to be like this boring character so that she doesn't draw attention to the fact that she's possibly the queen.
Yeah, no,
Like, that's the
first
problem
one,
in
she's a
one.
spy. In 2, it makes sense that you're saying that because like she definitely could have given
She's so
like
bad.
way more emotion. So could Anakin because it's just
Yes.
them two. There's no reason why they couldn't have just been nonchalant and been themselves.
Agreed. I 100% agree with 2. I don't agree with 1, but
I still think 2's bad. I love 2 because of how bad it is, but
yeah.
that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I understand. I'm just.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's gonna do it for us, so we don't continue to go that much more over an hour in a 15 minutes. So, that being said, again, thank you guys. The podcast is ending. We'll stay live for a little bit to continue the chat with you guys. So make sure you guys come out live to the podcast so that way you guys can talk to us in post show. But that being said, podcast listeners, thank you so much for listening. You can check this out anywhere that you can listen to podcasts pretty much. You can watch it on East Coast Guild website and on their YouTube. That all being said, we hope you guys have a great day. Stay awesome. Do great things. Please make sure you guys go out and support East Coast Guild. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day. Adios.
Au revoir.
Okay, podcast is done. We can continue to go back and forth on all these stars
So
and
my
wars.
RBF can come back now. My
Yes.
RBF can come back
You don't
now,
have to be
so-
happy anymore.
I'm
You
not
know-
happy. It's just that I don't need to show that I'm happy.
Yeah, you don't have to
so
show
everyone
that
thinks
you're happy. I could like take off my shirt, you know?
Ooh. Now we're talking.
By the way, did I?
We were like, I don't want you to think that we were like harping on you
No,
confused because
we're-
that was the point.
We're not.
It was just that
You brought up a point.
Yeah.
That a lot of people in the community skew.
like literally attacked someone on. Like it's same thing with Anakin. Like Kid
Yes.
Anakin, sure, he wasn't great.
Kid
but
Anakin.
people bullied
Kid
a
Anakin
child.
never acted again.
Adults literally bullied a child to the point of not wanting to do his passion ever again.
Yeah. And
That's
he-
not okay.
like it's just. And he wasn't the best Anakin. Like there were others that I would say I would have picked in the auditions, but like that's who was chosen. Like it's not like the meme I sent Panda was like it wasn't the actor's fault. And like we ended up going and talking about it because we ended up talking about how the characters were done dirty and how, maybe they did take things personally, but it's like
Like
that's
back in
also
the
their
prequels-
life at the time,
Yeah,
like
and you also brought up a good point. Back in the prequels came out, there wasn't the social media outreach
Yeah.
that we have now. Like people couldn't like just I'm having a bad day, feel kind of crappy because everyone's treating me like crap. Let me tweet about it.
yeah. Now
Nope,
it's like
doesn't have
now people can be like, look, this is hot garbage. I'm getting harassed for playing a role. And people
Yeah,
are like,
like,
whoa,
that's not
whoa. You got to attack Ryan Johnson. You got to attack JJ. Stop
Dude, that's the thing,
attacking the
though.
actors.
We've leaned so far one way. I just want to find some middle ground. I feel like at one point we could find middle ground where we
Yeah.
could be like, you screwed up, but you could fix it. Maybe we could fix it. Release a good edition instead, like they did with Blade Runner.
And then
that
the
guy
God,
released Blade Runner 3 times till he got it, or 4 times.
and
till he
then
got it
the
right.
apostles Dave and John descended from the Death Star.
Don, don,
Don, don, da, don, da, da. But I'm just,
I love them, but it's just I don't know how I feel about Disney owning everything. I don't feel good about it. Like
Disney's-
my stuff like that always makes me go like
Disney's going to be the problem in it all.
eventually. But for right now, they
Hayden
care about what everyone
Christensen needed a better.
wants.
I hate to say it, but Hayden Christensen needed a better director than George Lucas.
Well, yeah, no, I think if
He wasn't-
I think
he
if
wasn't
had
experienced
JJ, he'd be
enough.
better off.
Like if he had had
JJ
JJ,
original-
you would have loved it. Him
JJ Pickles, I mean,
like
Pickles.
seeing Hayden
Yeah.
in the Obi-Wan series is going to show you that he's not a terrible actor. He was ill-experienced.
Well, he was ill experienced and he was ill executed. I think that
Like,
a lot of it is
he
like.
He
I
honestly,
think it was even the takes that we got out in those movies. I would love to see outtakes, way more
Yeah.
outtakes, because I guarantee some of them was probably way more emotion filled.
I honestly think, well, like,
Because
but see, part of it was like part of it was the line delivery.
Yeah.
Idiots. Like, literally, George said it's okay for him to go, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Like,
Yeah,
George said that was fine.
It's like, no,
That's not
do another
fine.
take. Do another take. Like,
Like,
please.
Because that's, and yes, part of that's him on acting, but part of it's on George for directing. Like, the thing is, Ewan McGregor didn't need a director. Ewan McGregor was just good. He was just good. I don't think that Hayden was a bad Vader. I think, well, Hayden was not really Vader.
No,
he was just Anakin, and he was a good Anakin. He was confused. He didn't know what to do, and he didn't have somebody to properly guide him, because Obi-Wan could not properly guide him.
Part that he was supposed to a T, but we don't like that. That's the thing. So
that's
why we're saying blame George Lucas. Yeah, everyone likes to put him up on a pedestal, but everyone hated him when the prequels came out. It's like, no, remember that hate. Don't hate him. I'm not saying to hate him, because he's a human being, and he had his reasons for doing everything that he did, and there is some justification behind some
count.
of it. Not a fan of that one. I understand his justification on that, but I still don't love it.
I mean, I think my explanation of how to deal with it is the best way to go about it, and I move on.
Oh yeah, and I agree with that for like 100%. Like, I just don't think that like
it doesn't. I 100% disagree with you on that one. It was not good as a play. It was not good as dialogue as a movie. Watching that on Broadway would have pissed me off. Yeah. If I watched Star Wars on Broadway, I'd have been ticked. I'll be honest with you. Like, as somebody that has that heavy, like, as somebody that has a heavy theater background, like, I have a minor in theater. I've done lots of plays. I've been leads. All that things like
for a few years. I don't think I've ever told you that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like doing stage crew and stuff. I don't know why I never did acting or anything like that.
I loved acting. I loved doing that stuff. I would say that, like, I don't think it would have fit well in a play either, because the thing is, like, the delivery was still bad, and it was allowed to be bad.
Nice diffuse.
Like,
I don't even know what that is, but
it was allowed to be bad. Like, that was the problem. Poor Hayden.
We let it like get to that point because we let them keep getting away with it, and then now we have 7, 8, 9 where they're like trying to overcorrect by being like, "Look, we have such fluid dialogue." But
well,
it's like,
not to mention they tried to put too much story into the time frame, which is everybody's problem. Is like, oh well, I don't get why this happened. They didn't explain this. Yeah, they didn't have enough time because they put too much crap in the story.
Yeah. Well, even in like the beginning of Rise of Skywalker, where they're like, doing their what is it, jump, like warp jumping or whatever the heck they called it.
Yeah.
Warp hopping, whatever they call it. Skyscape skip.
I know what you're talking about. It was like, yeah.
Kind of thing.
It was the jumping through hyperspace to different points.
Yeah, hyperspace skipping. That's what I think that might be what it is. But it doesn't matter. That was such fan service, just for the sake of fan service, and I'm fine with it. But it's like, look, Cloud City, look,
it was called hyperspace skipping. I just double checked on it for you.
And there was nothing there. We could have literally gotten rid of that whole section in the beginning, just gotten the spy thing, and then we could have just cut to something else, and then we could have worked on story. We could have established this new character if you wanted to do that. Actually, give Phasma like 3 seconds of dialogue.
I mean, if you look at the CGI and the fan service of that aspect of the prequels, it was amazing. Like, the fight scenes were glorious and spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
The Rey and Kylo fight is really good, but it still doesn't bring the same passion and like feelings that watching the Anakin Obi-Wan fight bring to me. Like, I don't think there will be a fight in Star Wars other than Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul that impact me more. Like, I just don't. I don't think that they'll impact me personally, but the fight choreography in the sequel trilogy still wasn't even bad. Like, it was good. It was just, I mean, it wasn't episode 4. Nobody knows how to do fight choreography. So the guy who's playing Vader is like, well, I'm a master fencer.
It's like, okay, and your point is?
And your point is, well, nobody else knows what to do, so let's just fence. By God, he's got a point.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, why don't we try that? We can try that for a few days.
We'll try that. We'll try to see how it goes. And we kept it. Like, and thus the beginning of Star Wars was fencing. Like,
it's so crazy because like people don't realize, like, I don't know, people don't know a lot of that unless you do like these really deep like dives on all of it. It's crazy.
Well, and that's the thing, like that. The thing with the Star Wars community is 50% of them are uneducated and don't care and just enjoy what's there.
Yeah.
Allowed 40%, well, allowed 30% of what's left are uneducated and hate everything because they don't know what's going on.
And are grown men.
And are grown men living in their parents' basement.
I mean, that's the thing is like
the last 20% are like the super educated, and they're generally pretty like, we understand why this is going on. We're not super thrilled with the explanation, but we'll accept it because like we've read the source material. And note, there's other like small subclasses along the way through all those things, but it's like there's just a very loud minority in Star Wars that's like, we don't get why this happened because it didn't happen on a screen. And we're like, did you read the comics? Did you watch Rebels? Did you see Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Did you read one of the books? And they're like, reading that. I don't know how to read. And it's like, well, that's why you don't get the full story. Have you tried listening to a YouTube video about it? That guy, I hate his interpretation of the script.
The Force dyad thing needed to be mentioned. If we're gonna go that hard on it, they need to
was mentioned, but like nobody knew anything about it. Like, here's the thing. My thing with the Force dyad. Who's gonna tell them what a Force dyad is? Luke has no freaking idea.
Yeah, they would have.
Yoda might have. I don't even know if Yoda's ever experienced one, and he was a freaking ghost half the time who didn't want anything to do with anybody because he's a crotchety old man like me.
He was trolling.
Like,
when he burnt down the Jedi Temple for no reason.
He was just like,
"Hey Luke, want to see something cool?"
I didn't see it. I know it was bad. I don't know.
I've seen it. It's something. It really explains where his head was at when we went to the prequels. I'll give you that much. We had to see everyone's families.
Well, when he went to writing them, because they didn't come out for like 15 years after that.
More than.
Because what the Christmas special? What year did the Christmas special come out?
Yeah, I think it was before Empire. It might not have been. It might have been after Empire, but I think it was before Empire. Yeah, no, it is before Empire because Han's in it.
Well, it's not canon. It could have been. It was 78.
No, I know it's not canon. I'm just saying, like, if we're talking, like, if we're putting it back in canon, we're talking about it.
I don't know that it was. I don't know that it was ever intended.
No.
To be canon. So I'm just saying if it did come out, it came out before 5, but if it had come out after 5, I think that it honestly would have still had Han in it. I really do. But it came out in 78, so 21 years before the prequels.
Oh, terrible. Yeah, no, there's like no substance to it at all. I don't get where his head was at when making that because it doesn't even celebrate anything.
It doesn't.
It's not like.
It did give us a good holiday. It gave us Star Wars Christmas, which was nice. That was the only good thing.
Yeah.
Which was what Life Day is what it's called. It's like in November.
Life Day, yeah.
By the way, guys, follow me on Glimish because once they open up, which I think they're honestly going to announce tomorrow because they're announcing merch. I'm pretty sure tomorrow they're going to be announcing a release date, a start date. So
yeah, probably got 2 weeks.
Probably about 2 weeks. So 2 to 3 weeks. So make sure you guys follow me there if you haven't followed me already, because we're gonna do things there and it's gonna be awesome. We're up to 20 followers. Love to be higher. So yo, what's up, Jacob? Legua. How you doing, bud?
Legu.
You can't stop following? Oh no, can't stop, won't stop living on a dream.
That's really not how that goes, but you know what? It works. Okay, buddy, I want to turn my camera off. I love you.
That's fine. Let me just move back to a.
Yeah,
okay. Yep, we're good. You can take your face off now. Apparently, the High Republic says Jedi sex is all right. Haven't gotten to that part of the High Republic yet. That's gonna be interesting to get to.
Can't wait for that.
Right? Oh man. I went to go look at my video performance of the one I just put out. 7 views. Average view duration 1 minute and 14 seconds. Oof. You're good? Life's alright, dude. You know, it's all good. Kai Mundi, his race has a weird head. I don't know what to tell you. He also was allowed to have relations with women because males in his species were so rare that like he had like 5 wives. And then when all of them got killed, he felt no remorse. He was a Jedi who was too detached. He was detached to the point of being a hole. You know?
Yeah.
Been a while? Dude, it has been. Jacob, are you following me on
He's also super like good at
Blemish?
being a Jedi.
Do it. He was the epitome of a good Jedi, but he also had no attachments, which is a good Jedi by practice of the religion of the Jedi, but terrible as trying to be the peace-loving Jedi who preserves life.
So, you know, he really liked being in the Clone Wars.
I don't know that he liked it, but he was like, he didn't care.
Yeah.
He just didn't care. He's like, this is life. And it was like, meanwhile, everybody's like, we need to stop. On Glimish. I just put the link in. I'll copy it again. Follow me there. Because once that goes live, we're gonna be there a lot.
Isn't there a command? I feel like there's a command.
There is. I just Plo Koon? Are you thinking Plo Koon? Plo Koon got done dirty. He was such a cool Jedi. He was an awesome Jedi. He was actually like a better Jedi Master than Anakin could have ever been for Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I loved Plo Koon. Plo Koon was good people. He got done dirty. He got done real dirty. Kills the command? No, I don't have a kill command. Panda has a kill command. Mel has a kill command. Ryan has a kill command? I don't have a kill command. I am the Senate.
I am the kill command.
Oh man. I don't know. We divulged into Star Wars when we had nothing else to talk about. It was just we knew it was gonna happen too. We were like, we know it's gonna happen. We're ready for it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Sweet stream key, dude. Once they are putting them out, I'm excited for it. Appreciate it, bud.
If you don't be like everyone else, please stop. Thanks.
Glimish is a new streaming platform that's going to be coming out in the next hopefully few months. And it's going to be
Jacob, I'm with you on that. And I haven't really voiced that opinion, but that's fine.
What
Not a huge fan of the name. Name's a little but it's fine.
I didn't even see him say that wasn't cool. What is going on with my chat?
What? No, I'm saying it.
Oh, you're saying? I thought he also said it.
No, I'm saying it.
Okay.
Name's not great.
I get why it is because it's.
No, I wasn't saying you. Diffuse. You spelled it right.
So funny story. I found out why it's called Glimish. I talked about it today. It's Glim. It's basically a fusion of 2 words. Glim for glimmer being a point of light, basically saying all of the community is the light, and then mesh, which is a bunch of points connected to each other, and so it is the community being held together, like holding each other together. Really cool name with the meaning behind it, but it is unintuitive.
Yeah.
Hearing it is not how you would expect it. Thanks, Streamlabs bot.
No. Great Jedi at best. Nothing at worst.
You're right, though. All right.
I would be a Sith Lord. It'd be way too exhausting. I would hate to hate that much. Have you met me, Diffuse? I don't like to be angry.
Thought Glimish was a Bible thing? No.
I'll probably be like Mace Windu if
It's not.
anything. I would like to use
not
the
a-
hate.
They had a completely different style and point of it.
No, not Gilgamesh. No.
Yeah, not Gilgamesh. You're thinking Gilgamesh. Yeah. I get that now.
Close.
Close, very close. You know, just take
I do
out,
like it.
take out
It's
some words.
just gonna have to be one of those words that I'm going to hear 1,000 times until I'm like used to hearing it.
Oh, Glimish.
Yeah.
Glimish.
Good job. You just added another 5.
I'm trying to help you now. Doing what I can, bud. Not as smexy as you are, bud.
Love the community already. I'm not saying anything bad.
The communities
about
are pretty
that. It's
amazing.
The name's a little.
Have fun, idiots.
You have a good time.
I will say, I love the community. I'm excited to see what happens. I just also,
Also, thanks for following Kill on Glimish because I know you said you did. So thank
you guys. I appreciate it.
making sure that I
Yeah, I'm at 22 now, so thank you.
you were
guys.
doing stuff.
Paco the Taco is amazing. Yes, he is. Ember's a part of the community. Like, she has become a part of my community. Paco is amazing. Yes, he is. I would 100% say that she is a part of my community.
Still my favorite taco. Change my mind.
How could you say something so bold yet so brave?
Very easily.
I know.
I've been saying it since we met him.
I know. I know.
Run it into the ground. Into the ground, Diffuse. Into the ground! That's what I do best. Until it comes around and then bites me in the butt. I'm like, oh, that's fair. I should have expected this sooner.
That's why I didn't want to, like, straight up call a decent bit of the Star Wars community racists.
I would have just said it.
I was like...
I would have said it was not the decent bit of the Star Wars community. It's a decent bit of the film community. That's why,
Yeah.
like, when you said that, I was like... Because I was, like, making a lot of faces. Like, you can go back and you'll see it. And I was like...
But it doesn't change the fact of, like...
It's the cinema.
It's also still a part...
It's
It's still a part of that, of the Star Wars community. Like, it's a part of all of these communities.
No, Disney folding to it's the problem, and the world letting it happen is the
Well,
problem.
I mean...
It's the issue.
George wasn't much better.
Oh, no. Like I said with the Trade Federation, I think they're worse than Jar Jar is. Like, everyone harps on Jar Jar. Like, do we remember the Trade Federation being literally just, like, the worst racist depiction of anything ever? Like, are we just going to ignore that? Okay. I'm not saying it's George's fault, and that was his intention, but that's literally what it is.
Oh, yeah, it was bad. It was just...
I don't think that was his intention at all. That's the thing. George's intentions are, like, very, like, one-to-one. Like, it's like, this is what I'm showing you, this is what you're getting. What we do, we overthink it, and we're like, that's so bad. But, like, he's not doing it with that in mind. He's just like, this is how they should sound. This is how I think that this would work. They should be in charge of the trade. I'm like, I don't, nah. Very on the nose here, but okay. Because, like, it made sense when everything was, black and white with, like I said, Nazis versus, space Nazis versus, not.
Yup.
And I got blurred. Got a lot blurry.
All right.
Which how life is, so it's okay.
It's okay. I think I'm going to call it for the night, guys. Panda, you and I can still sit around and chat, but I think I'm going to call it for stream because I'm old.
That's fair. No
And
worries.
decrepit.
I'm also tired, so that works for me. Just gonna chill anyway. Might up in with Rat Trap Mosey though to play some Valorant though because they invited me and I haven't played with Rat Trap in a little bit.
Then do
Maybe
it.
down to play one match of Zambies if you want to. If you want to.
No, I was just gonna vibe. So if you're gonna go do stuff, that's all good, dude.
Okay, well you enjoy your vibes. I don't want to.
No, it's all fine. My roommate might be up. Might get to hang out with him for like half an hour, so that'll be nice too.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Well then,
That was good.
I hope everybody has a great night. Stay awesome. Do great things. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, please let us know. You guys can join the guild. You guys can join the Discord. You guys can follow me on Glimish because once that is live, we're going to be over there. But that all being said, I hope you guys have a great night. Stay awesome. Do great things. We will see you all in the next one. Adios.
Au revoir. Bye. No, then I have to edit. So I'm